announce that racing has been cancelled at Kempton Park in Plumpton. In the meantime, we'll play you some light music. We have just heard that there'll be racing at York, where the weather is a little better than at Kempton Park and Plumpton. The stewards have inspected the course and the going is soft to good, so we'll be going to York in a few moments.
Can we go out, Dad?
What, in this weather? Be your age.
Just across to see Mrs. Braithwaite.
You'll be drowned before you cross the farmyard.
You're going out.
Unfortunately, I've got to go out on important business.
Then put 5 pence on Lusty Lad for me.
I'll put your 5 pence on nothing. You're not old enough to make bets. Anyway, Lusty Lad's carrying too much weight.
He never wins. Worzel! Worzel! Hello, Worzel. I was just coming to see you.
Oh, there's a thingamajig and no mistake. I was just coming to see you. Keep you company while your dad's out.
You don't think you're coming in here, do you?
Well, I don't see why not.
Because you're covered in mud. Look at you.
Poor Worzel. Can't we let him stand in front of the electric car for a bit?
No chance.
Ah, I should think not indeed. Electric's bad enough. Fire's even worse. Put the two of them together, never know what might happen. Go up in flames, most likely. Whoosh! No, I'd rather come in and have a nice sit down, a cup of tea and a slice of cake.
We haven't got any cake.
Mince pie?
It isn't Christmas.
Or an apple dumpling or two?
Worzel, you are not coming in.
Oh, there's gratitude. After all I've done for you two. Or, this many a scarecrow wouldn't give you the time of day, even if you got down on your hands and knees and begged. Or they talked to you in Worzelese, and then you wouldn't understand a word they were saying.
Worzelese? What's Worzelese?
That's for me to know and you to find out.
Is it a special language?
Oh, I couldn't say, young missy. Me being only a stupid sudden old scarecrow. Any road up. If you don't ask me in for a sit-down and an apple dumpling or two, I'll bid you a G were D were dip, A were I were T were E were I were M were O were I were M were so.
Cool. Is that Worzelese?
Well, it ain't Brazilian, is it?
Oh, let him stay for a minute, John. He's got his own language.
So is Dad. I know what to say when he comes back and finds this place covered in mud.
Spoil sport. Sorry, Worzel.
No, it don't matter. I knows when I'm not wanted.
Do you want to borrow a proper umbrella?
I've got me own umbrella, and a proper one and all, thanks for nothing. And me own chair.
Where? In 10 Acre Field?
In my own little house, if you wants to know.
Where is it? Tell us, please.
Well, between you and me, and this poor little Robin Redbreast that's catching its death of cold, my little house is T were H were E were dip, B were A were I were M were so.
What did he say? Could you understand him? Of course I could, silly. He's talking Worzelese, wasn't he? But if you'd let him come in to dry himself, he might have taught us how to speak it.
He can dry himself out in his own house.
And that's another thing. Now we'll never find out where Worzel lives.
We will, you know.
How?
Listen.
That's better. Come here. Stop your wriggling and raggling, Flatty. If you didn't want to be an airbrush, you should have said so in the first place. Now. All right, my dear. Back you go. Back to the dressing table. All right. I think I'll go and sit in my best chair now. Cook myself a couple of dumplings.
Can we come in, Worzel?
Shove off, I'm busy. I've got an apple dumpling to cook, sire.
What is it? Gas or electric?
Ten electric and ten that other thing. It's a cooker, like what other houses have.
You mean to say this is your house, Worzel?
But tain't nobody else's, is it?
Where's all the furniture then? All the tables and chairs and things you said you had?
You blind or something? Can't you see 'em? Well, there's more furniture here than I knows what to do with. Anyway, what are you poking your nose in here for? You wouldn't let me in your house. Why should I let you in mine? Go and shut off. I'm busy. I've got things to do.
Like what?
But spring cleaning, for one thing.
Let us in, Worzel, and we can help you with your spring cleaning.
Speak for yourself.
Well, all right, if you're prepared to help me, you can come on in. You just walk straight through my bedroom wall.
Then where's the front door?
Over there. Can't you see it? Knock first.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Come in, wipe your feet. Through the passage, please.
I think it's a super house, Worzel, but haven't you got any proper furniture?
What is property furniture? All of it. You can sit in them chairs if you like.
Is this where you're going to live when you get married?
I might do. Then again, I might not. What business is it of yours, anyway?
Well, won't your wife want proper chairs to sit on?
There is property chairs. What you mean is they ain't real property chairs.
Mrs. Braithwaite's got an old kitchen chair she's going to chuck out. She might let us have it.
I could do with that. And a real proper bed, and a real proper table, and a real proper sideboard, and cushions, and curtains, and a cooker, and a wardrobe while you're about it.
I don't think we could quite manage all that.
Oh, please yourself. What's he snickering and whispering at? It ain't polite.
He wants to know where the bathroom is.
That just shows how stupid he is, then, doesn't it? Because scarecrows don't have baths. Stands to reason they'd fall to bits.
You mean say you never have a wash? Pwah!
Well, of course we has a wash. We washes our heads, see? And every spring and every autumn, we takes our heads off and gives them a fair old soak in salty water. It's more than humans can do. Come over here. Come on, come on. Take a look in there. That's my singing head, that is. Fell in a cowpat once when I was singing Greensleeves. Still, it's pickling nicely now, isn't it?
What did you call this, Ewa...
An E were D were dip, B were I were R were R were E were L were so. That's Worzel's for Ed Barrow.
Will you teach us Worzel's, Worzel?
No, I will not. Never.
What if we got you that real proper chair from Mrs. Braithwaite's?
And a real proper table?
A chair.
It's a nice one.
Well, perhaps I could teach you a bit. There's a little song which learns the Worzel's, but I'd have to put my singing head on first. And I'd have to have that real proper chair first.
Not likely.
What's the matter? Don't he trust old Worzel?
No, he does not.
Well, I don't rightly know what to do. Whether to put my singing head on or have a sulk.
Here we are, children. I know your father's gone out, so I brought you a nice hot cup.
Right, here goes.
Come on, get on with it.
All right, all right.
He's going to do it.
Yeah.
He's doing it.
There we are. My singing head. Hey, come over here, sit down. Sit you down. There we are. Now then, cross your throat and hope to die that if I teaches you Worzel's, you'll bring me that real proper chair you promised me.
Cross my throat and hope to die.
Yeah, and if the old crow man catches you out, you never learnt Worzel's from old Worzel. Across your throat, double, double spit.
Cross my throat, double and double, double spit.
Right. If you wants to speak like me, say the letters separately. Put a word between each one, and your work is almost done. Now I'll tell you what to do, and the rest is up to you. Put a word after W, a word after O, put a word after R, and it's away we go. Put a word after Z, and put a word after E, a word after L, a cell after word, and you're left with me. There you are. Simple as falling in a duck pond. Now then, What does Worzel spell?
I don't know.
He doesn't know. It spells Worzel, stupid.
Then what's the Worzel at the end for?
Oh, damnation donkeys. Didn't I tell you that bit about dependent short words and their end in long uns?
No.
Well, that's the first thing the crow man ever learned me. Now, listen to this. Now, depends words, you see, with letters up to 3. But when there's 4 or more, that's what Zel is for. So come on, use your brain. Let's all try it once again. Put a word after W.
A word after O. A word after R.
And it's away we go.
Put a word after Z. Put a word after E.
A word after L. A cell after word. And you're left with me.
Emery with it, me.
And what was the word we spelled?
Worzel.
Ah, not bad. That M-R-O with T-word-ip, B-word-I with D-word-ip.
Not bad.
That's the idea. So, put a word after W, a word after O, put a word after R, and it's away we go.
Put a word after Z. And put a word after E.
A word after L,
A Z after word.
and you're left with me. And you're left
Shoo, what are you doing out here in this weather?
We were just fetching Scarecrow in from 10 Acre, Mrs. Braithwaite. It's falling to pieces.
Why is it that when you two get into mischief, it's always something to do with that revolting scarecrow? Anyway, if it really is falling to pieces, it goes on the bonfire first thing tomorrow morning.
No, you can't. He's too down to burn, Mrs. Braithwaite.
Well, the compost heap, then. I'm sick of the thing. Now, come on, let's have you indoors. And I mean it. That scarecrow's got rid of tomorrow, for good. Now, come along, come on.
Come on.
Mr. Peters. Mr. Peters.
Seen another rat, have you, Mrs. Braithwaite? Hang on, I'll deal with it.
It's not rats, it's chairs. Where's John and Sue?
Up to no good somewhere. I shouldn't be surprised. Why?
I told them they could have that old kitchen chair to play with. And bless me, if the moment my back was turned, they didn't walk off with my old granddad's best rocking chair as well.
The young blighters.
Been in my family for years. A valuable antique, that chair is.
Well, I'll scalp the pair of them when I... Excuse me. Not so fast, you two. Now, what have you done with Mrs. Braithwaite's rocking chair?
Nothing yet. Just taking it into the barn. To play houses.
I don't mean that old thing. Where's my old granddad's rocking chair?
I don't know.
Now, come on, son. Mrs. Braithwaite said you could have an old chair to play with, and you took the wrong one. Now, what have you done with it?
Nothing, Dad. We just took this one.
Are you sure?
Honest.
Well, I believe in Mrs. Braithwaite. Thousands wouldn't. Go on, then off you go. Skedaddle.
Someone must have walked in as bold as brass when I was feeding the chickens.
You can't be too careful these days. You want to keep that door of yours locked.
Yes, Mr. Peters, and I hope you'll do the same with the caravan door.
You're quite right. Mrs. Braithwaite, have you taken my table lamp?
Look in the loft. Right. He's not here. Do you know what I think? He's run away. No, he hasn't, or else he'd have taken these. Ew, put them down. They look horrid without his body. He must be hiding because he heard Mrs. Braithwaite say she's going to throw him on the compost heap.
She'll do more than that. She finds him with her rocking chair.
Who says Worzel took it? He gets the blame for everything round here.
No, he doesn't. We do.
Don't get off there. Yes, you.
Wait, Chris. I'll be with you in a minute, love. Wait, Chris. I'll be as quick as I can.
So you left the cottage unattended for half an hour then, did you, Mrs. Liversidge?
Well, half an hour or 20 minutes. I can't really say, seeing as how he waltzed off with me clock.
Ah, about that clock. Now, could you give us a description? I mean, how would we recognise it?
Oh, easily. It's always a quarter of an hour fast.
Yeah, well, we want more to go on than that. I mean, what kind of a size would it be for a start? I mean, would the thief be carrying it in his pocket?
Carrying it in his pocket. That's a good one, that is.
Whoever it was must have been hiding somewhere. I nipped in and out, a bit smartish.
Well, they get stuff away without transport. That's what beats me.
I don't know, but we'd better keep a sharp eye out in future. Otherwise, we'll find everything gone but the kitchen sink.
Oh, well, that's just it, you see. The kitchen sink is gone.
It never. While we've been standing here talking.
Oh, not that one. The old sink outside the back door where I swill my boots. It's warped.
Worzel! Where are you? It's only us! His nose, we've looked everywhere. He has run away. Listen. It sounds like music, but there isn't a house for miles. Come on. Worzel!
He's done it this time. He's in right up to here.
Oh, you two, is it? Oh, don't bother to knock, will he? Just burst in as if you're in the middle of a field.
It is a field, Dopey. And anyway, you don't think you're going to get away with all this, do you?
Well, I don't see why not. Nobody never comes round these here parts, except me.
Worzel, honestly.
Never mind old Worzel. Where's my chair?
We fetched your chair and it's in the barn.
Yeah, it was a bit too late, isn't it? I've been up since cockscrow, getting all this furniture together.
But why here, Worzel? In the middle of a field?
'Cause scarecrows lives in fields, stupid. Anyway, old Worzel's getting married.
What's that got to do with it?
Oh, well, you're too little and small to know about these things. But when folks gets married, they have kids, see?
We know that.
That, well, stands to reason, doesn't it? See these turnips here? Well, many of them are gonna grow up to be scarecrows. When we wants the kids, we goes out in the field and we picks a couple. Maybe 3. I'll have to see.
He's gone potty. Look, Worzel, apart from getting caught, what's happened when it rains?
Oh, if it rains, it rains. Furniture don't mind the rain, 'cause it hasn't got no feelings, you see. Except beds. Yes, beds has feelings, 'cause they're made of straw, same as scarecrows. Come to think of it, I'll have to get myself a bed.
Worzel, you'll get into terrible trouble.
Never mind him getting into trouble. Do you hear that?
John! Sue! Where are you?
The blue road if that catches us here.
Well, we better get moving then. But you better hurry and don't go through the window the same way you came in.
Worzel, promise you'll stay here till we get back.
I don't hold with promises. You promised me a chair, didn't you? But I never got it.
It's no use arguing. Come on, Fury will catch it.
You two, you're always somewhere else when you're wanted.
We were looking for blackberries.
What? This time of year? Even I know better than that. I want you to run down to the village and see if you can find P.C. Parsons. Tell him to come up to Scatterbook right away. Go on. And tell him it's urgent.
Suit old Worzel fine, that there will. That's what I call a real proper bed.
But I'll be a monkey's uncle. I'll get the police onto this. Hey, you two! You seen anything of Police Constable Parsons?
Yes, he's just gone up to Scatterbrook.
Scarborough. What's he doing down there? I want to see him up here. There's some hairy blackguard up in my room fast asleep. Large as life.
Perhaps he's town, Mr. Shepherd.
Don't you give me none of your lip. When I get the police down here, you move fast enough.
Worzel! Wake up! Hurry! The police are coming! Worzel!
Wake up! Get out of it!
Oh, it's no use, John.
I know how to wake him.
Fire!
It's black magic, that's what it is, Mr. Parsons.
Yeah.
Witch's covering.
Might be dangerous for all we know. My kids were playing round here.
All scratched it is. And been in my family for 75 years.
Look, while you lot are yakking here, he might have got away. He's in my bed, I tell you.
Seen some funny things in my time. If you ask me, it's a gang.
Now, just a minute. I want a statement from all of you. But I've only got one pair of hands and one pencil. Now, whose is the table?
That table's mine.
Now we're getting somewhere.
That's the last time we get you out of trouble. You just remember that, Worzel Gummidge.
I will. I'll put me remembering it on first thing tomorrow morning. And I thank you both from the bottom of my stomach.
And that's something you don't hear every day. Worzel saying thank you.
Do you really want to thank us, Worzel?
Oh, aye. You can have me hedgehog hairbrush if you like.
We don't want your hedgehog hairbrush. But will you teach us some more Worzelese?
Well, I will that. So long as you don't tell the crow man and get me into bother. Now then, where was we?
If you want to speak like me...
Say the letters separately.
Port, a word after W, a word